I'm going to throw them on the ground.
This is the Woody Show.
Because I keep pretty much every email I've ever gotten, and also any kind of project I've ever done at the house. So I looked up and I found the invoice for the Tom Ford book.
Oh, good.
It was $150.
All right.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, worth it. For that status.
No, it's not.
For that status.
Not worth it. Not worth
For
it.
the status.
It's a
Hey,
beautiful
Menace has
book.
a KitchenAid mixer for status.
For the status, I
no,
get it. And he
that's
paid way more than that.
That's not a status symbol
That's what you
in
said.
general. No, I said that's a personal thing for me.
Yeah.
Again.
For what? To
A
show
personal
that
thing-
you've made it, right?
Yeah,
So
but not
because that's
to-
what it meant to you.
Not to, meant for me, but not to show to others as a status symbol, which the Tom Ford book is.
But I'm saying, is that like a thing?
It sounds like revisionist history.
How's it revisionist
No.
history?
No. What-
Along the same line.
How's it along? No,
I have a
because
legit question.
Okay.
Because
no one would walk into my house and think that is a status symbol.
But
But
whether
a
it's-
Tom Ford book,
Well,
they would see it like a general person would see it as a status symbol.
honest question, like a status
Yeah.
symbol is whether it's for you or for others, right? Like for Menace, it's a status thing because
Yes.
it makes
No,
him feel like he's.
A
Made it.
status
Made it.
symbol is for the general public, for other people to see it and think that you are of a certain status. That is a
But
status
do you
symbol.
use your KitchenAid mixer?
No.
No.
So
It's
that
just something.
makes it a status
No,
symbol. Even
it's
to
something-
you, though, it still is one.
No, it's something personally that I wanted.
we're getting, but
Yeah.
two things can be
But no one's
true.
going to walk in my house and be like,
Hey,
I
oh,
would.
wow.
A mixer you don't
kitchen
use, a
mixer.
book by a guy I've never heard of for $150. Money
Yeah.
well spent. Money well spent.
Let's agree to that.
Speaking of which, some researchers got together. They conducted tests to determine the ideal length of time you should let your cookie soak in milk.
Oh,
Because you don't want it
wow.
to get too
It's
soggy.
soggy
it'll
stuff.
fall apart.
It breaks off. Yeah.
And their findings?
Ooh, can we guess?
Sure.
4 seconds.
4 seconds. Ravy.
2 seconds.
2 seconds. Menace.
I would say, 2 seconds.
And by the way, I have a method to this. Of course I do.
Natch.
Sammy, any
I would
guesses?
say 7 seconds.
4 seconds, Greg.
Wow.
You nailed it.
He's a good cookie
Yeah.
soaker.
I will take the cookie, hold it in the milk
Right.
until just the tips of my fingers are just barely touching the milk. And the minute I feel the cookie start to give, it's done.
Oh,
Yeah.
like when it's about to break
Okay.
off and fall.
That's how you tell.
Like an iceberg.
Not quite. It'll start to give just a tiny bit. The
Right.
minute you feel just a little bit of give,
Right.
then it's time.
When-
It's time to put it in your
That
mouth.
sounds a little too long.
When is the last time you dunked a cookie in milk?
When I was 7, maybe?
No, my wife had some Oreos in the house maybe a month or so ago, and I did dunk those in a little bit of milk.
You went for milk.
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Yeah, really good. Speaking of cookies, a little bit of food news.
Ooh, food news.
Chips Ahoy has a new cookie recipe now featuring an improved texture and the, quote, right amount of chocolate chips. So the new and improved cookies, they're hitting shelves here in the next month. I didn't have a problem with the old recipe. It's not my favorite cookie.
I think
But
you're
I
gonna
like-
have to be
Yeah,
just high and
No.
fiending to go
No,
for
they're
a
all
Chips
right.
Ahoy.
They're all right.
They're fine.
Like, if we were going to have
They're
cookies in
never
the
going
house,
to be better
Yeah.
than fine.
if we
that's
were going
true.
to have cookies in the house as a kid, it was Chips Ahoy. Like, that's what my parents would buy. And that's what we'd have in there.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Woody, it's exactly how I do my cookies. I'm telling you, I don't know how I stumbled upon it,
That's hot.
but it's a great process.
Do your cookies.
Just enough until just barely, like just the tips of your thumb and your pointer finger that are holding the cookie just barely touch the milk. And the minute you feel just the slightest bit of give in that cookie, it's done.
Sounds too moist.
No, it's not too moist. I'm telling you, Greg.
It's pretty moist.
Pretty moist.
See? I mean, you can question me if I'm giving you diet advice. But especially when it comes to
Cookie
cookies,
advice.
why would you doubt me?
The Woody Show. Back in a bit.